Okay, here we go. Let's get our journals open. Find. What do you mean you don't have one?
Oh, wait, it's just behind.
Andy Anderson. Ay, caramba. All right. Now, find your next available blank page. I'm gonna have to do that also, and let's do it without a bunch of talking. Okay?
Wait, I thought we were going to do you.
Ma'am, I don't know what you thought was going to happen, but you're going to have to do what I tell you to do when we're in class. Got it? Thank you. All right, so let me see what I got here. All right, so today we are looking at two-digit divisors. I hope that I is supposed to be there. I always get confused on that. All right, two-digit divisor. Yeah, surely it is. Okay, go ahead and write that down. I'm going to go ahead and flip over. And remember that my title is the same as your topic there, okay? So go ahead and put that in. You know, it's a good day when the biggest choice you have to make in the morning is what color markers are you going to use for notes. It's a good life, y'all.
My first choice in the morning is choosing if I want to sleep or get on my phone in the morning.
Well, you need to decide if you're going to brush your teeth in the morning. And hopefully, you'll do the right thing. All right. That's a good habit to have. Atlanta, what's happening here? Who wants fine tip felt? Felt tip. Felt tip. All right, everybody good? We all caught up?
Yeah. What is felt tip?
It's like where it lets out a lot of ink instead of these little fine tip ones. Those are like your grandma's pens. I want like the big one. Like this, like the felt. This is the felt tip. Okay? But this is like the fine tip. See the difference? Like, oh, good Lord. See the difference between my lid? Now this one's going to let off some ink. This one's like, oh, I'm thin and dainty. Blah, blah, blah. Like that. All right. So let's do a quick review on our little math speak, because, you know, we have to review that academic language. And anytime you are dealing with division, and I'm just going to give you an example here, you may have something like this. Okay? And scoot in a little bit there. Go ahead and write that down. So when I say that we're going over two-digit divisors, I'm referring to the number that divides in. Okay? The number that is being divided into is the dividend. Anybody remember what the answer to a division problem is called? Starts with a Q.
Oh, I didn't.
Yep, Jaime said quotient. That is correct. Maybe next time let me call on you though, okay? That is the quotient, all right? So there's our little vocab check-in there. And you have been dividing, right, with one digit, but now we're going to break it up into two. Take a quick stop for 1 second and tell me how you feel about division period. Like you're good with division, you feel confident in the steps, you want to do division by yourself with one number. In the middle, if you would like a refresher or feel like you need a refresher, and in it, maybe a thumbs down if you're like, I don't even remember going over division in my whole life.
I don't
Okay.
remember going over it, but I'm okay.
I tried to teach you in 3rd grade.
Okay, so it's probably a good idea to just talk about division period, okay, as we get started. Just a quick go through, and then move on. Need one more color then. Aha. All right, are we good here, or are we still writing? Everybody's okay? Cool. All right, so let's talk about our steps. Now, there are different ways for you to divide, okay? And the most common way is called long division, and it's where you use like a little one of those. It's not an acronym. What are they called? Where you have words for all of? Well, I guess it's like an acronym. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Right? Or what is it? Daddy, mommy, sister, brother, cousin, something like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of different ones. Raise your hand if you know a different one that I've already mentioned. So it stands for divide, multiply, subtract,
Really no
check, bring down. Yeah, cadence. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally goes with something called PEMDAS, which is order of operations. So, but that is a good one, and we will be going over that this year for sure. But I'm talking about the steps of division. Lilybug?
It's like when you said, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? But it's because if you're doing it with a decimal, it would be mom, dad, which stands for move decimal. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? And then raw stands for remainder.
Yeah. Yeah, we always does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Right. No idea, but somebody, you know what? I mean, it works for you. So whichever one works for you, by the way, those really do work, because I pretty much got through college using little techniques like that. So go with it. All right. So there's that long division method. And then there's something called the box method. I'm going to show you both, and I'm going to be completely honest with you when I say that I prefer the box method, because it's clean and it just makes more sense to me, okay? But let's do the long division. Remember that as long as you can get the answer, the correct answer, whichever way works for you, okay? So let's just talk real quick. We're going to go long division, and let's start using some symbolism here. So we're going to write our steps down. We've got divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Oh, subtract. Oh, it's check and then bring down. Sorry. Thank goodness for pencils, right? Hang on one second. Let me fix that. I would use my whiteout, but I loaned them to students in the other class, or somebody in there broken. Okay. All right. So we've got divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down, and then you've got a remainder. I'm just going to write that one out. Make sure you have those written down. Long division is always kind of one of those things people remember learning, because there are so many steps that it kind of sticks with you. It's like the first time in elementary math where you really have to, that's a lot of steps. It's a lot of steps. So it kind of sticks. Again, it's just kind of like some people describe it as kind of traumatic. It's like, oh, I remember long division, right? What a beating. But it's like anything else, once you know the steps, you just keep repeating them, and they stick with you. Can I keep going or are we still writing? All right, cool. No, not you. Give me a felt tip. Oh, Atlanta. All right, let me know if this is not going to show up. So let's do something really simple here.
Oh, so we're not solving the 23.
No. Okay, so let's use this as an example, and we will just go through the steps. I always like to just check them off as I'm going through them if I'm new at it, so it's kind of up to you. So the first thing that we want to do is take our divisor into our dividend, and we decide how many times our divisor will fit into the number. Now you can go number by number, which I think is always good. If I look at 2 divided into 9, I think, oh, 2 goes into 9 4 times. So I've divided. All right. Next step is multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. And we are keeping a steady column, guys, of numbers so that we can keep our numbers straight. Essentially, what you're doing is dividing 2 into 900, 2 into 80, and 2 into 8. Right? Think about how we expand our numbers. So you're dividing into really 3 numbers, but we have put them all together so that they take up less space. Are you with me? All right, cool. So from here, I've multiplied. Now I'm going to subtract. Check. And then our next step here is important, and some people tend to gloss over it, but this is where division bites you in the hiney, because you get in a hurry, you're running through all these steps, and a lot of times your number is not big enough. So I have to stop and check, is 1 smaller than 2? Right now you're like, duh. My 2-year-old brother or sister could tell you that, right? Maybe, maybe not. But you need to be in the habit of glancing at it, because it will be you. I'm a prophet, and I've declared it. Just kidding. I don't have to be a prophet. I've taught math. So I've seen high school kids do the same thing. I'm telling you, just pay attention. So we want to check and say, yeah, 1 is smaller than 2. And then we go ahead and we bring down our next number. Go ahead and draw the arrow. All right. Again, you need to keep all of your columns straight. Remember, in math, we also make a lot of errors when we're messy. Yeah, Leighton.
So when you subtracted the answer to subtraction, I don't get it. So is that always supposed to be smaller than?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm trying to figure out how many times 2 fits into 988. 2 times what gives me 988? I'm just dividing it in 1 digit at a time. So yes, I want as little left over as possible so I can get close to that number.
Then what happens if it's bigger?
Then you need to come back up here and probably make that a 5. Then you're not dividing by a big enough number. Good question. Y'all with her? Yeah. Okay, great question. All right, so we bring down and then we just come back up and we start again and again and again. It doesn't matter how long your dividend is. It doesn't matter how big it is. It's the same steps. Repeated, repeated, repeated. 2 will go into 8. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope, I'm down here. So now I'm dividing 2 into 18. Okay. I brought down my 8. 2 goes into 18 9 times. Divided. Multiply. 2 times 9. Go 1 number at a time. Is 18, so I'm going to line those up.
So do we put the 9 right by the 4 on top?
Yeah, it goes right over the 8. So all of the numbers will stay in a column. So now you've brought down the 8, and we're dividing essentially into that 80 and whatever else is left over. So yes, the 9 will be right above the 8, and you really need to make those line up with your answers. Okay, and we'll talk more about that as we do more problems. But yes, another good question. We put the 9 up here. next, and this is another reason why I like to check things off. So if you're a person who knows that the long, hey girl, oh, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Tell her that she's an angel. Oh. Give her a hug for me. All right. So, again, so like right now, if I've lost my place, but I know that I'm struggling with all of those steps, I've checked them off so I know where I'm at. So I'm going to subtract. I've got nothing left over. 0 is smaller than 2. So now I'm going to bring down my last number. Okay. And I'm almost finished. Now I'm dividing 2 into 8. Which I know, again, goes 4 times. Okay. 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract. Remember, you can say, hang on if I'm leaving you behind. 0 is still smaller than 2. There's nothing left to bring down, and there is no remainder. So I am finished. Look familiar? Everybody good?
I've seen it, but it's still.
But it's good to go over the steps because they're hard.
How come the 9 is higher than the 4 on the top?
Because I lost my mind and divided 2 into 8 instead of 18.
Okay.
So, my mistake. And all my whiteout is broken, so I can't fix it and pretend like I didn't make a mistake. Yeah.
They make liquid whiteout.
Oh yeah.
Liquid whiteout is terrible because you have to wait and blow on it, wait for it to dry. Although, did you guys know that whiteout was actually invented by a woman? Back in the olden days, there were no word processors, right? You just had to literally type on a typewriter. So imagine you go through this whole letter and then you get near the end and you have a typo. You don't want to go back and physically have to type out like on a typewriter with paper, right? So she invented that liquid that would cover up the letter and then she could type over it. Single mama made some money. Yeah. All right. So that has nothing to do with math. How do I check this? How do I check this problem, guys?
The calculator.
And if you're not lazy, how do I check it? Hi, Mace.
You can multiply it.
You can multiply it. What do I multiply?
The quotient.
And
The 2. Divisor.
yeah. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to multiply the outside to get the inside, okay? So you're going to take your divisor and your quotient, and it should equal the dividend. So let's come over here, and we're just going to check it. So we'll say 494 times 2. All right, so we'll multiply that, and it should equal 988. And then we'll be cooking with oil. And it is. Okay, are we good so far?
Wait, so how come that blue problem is smaller than that purple?
We're checking our answer. So again, I'm going to multiply the outside, the 2 and the 494 to get the inside, okay? So if I multiply my answer times my 2 that I divided by, I should get the number I divided into, the dividend, sorry. Lachlan. Absolutely. So let's do this. I want to go ahead and show you the box method. It's very similar to this, only to me it's less confusing as far as like where the numbers go and what goes with what. Okay? So I think it's worth just you watching. If you hate it, don't use it. Okay? But I wish, like, if I could go back and be the first person to teach anybody how to divide, this is exactly how I would teach it. Okay? All right, so we're going to look at the box method. Let's do a different problem. We're going to, let's go 4 into 8, 6, 3. Okay. All right, so this is our example. We're going to go 4 divided into 863. So what we will do is we are actually going to create a box with a physical column for every number that we're dividing into, okay? So I'm going to be dividing 4 into, and just make it like kind of like a rectangle, like a long rectangle here. All right, hang on one second. I'm going to have 3 columns, so I've got 8, 6, and 3. Yeah, Lachlan.
Isn't that problem unsolvable because 4 is a even number and 3 is an odd?
Any number, any division problem is solvable. It will probably have a remainder. Yeah, but it can be solved for sure. Just might have some left over. All right, everybody good? So we're going to use the same steps. I'm going to divide, multiply, subtract, check, but I'm going to bring up instead of bring down. That is the big difference, okay? So in the long division, I kept telling you, you have to line the number up on top of what you're dividing into and keep the columns, straight up and down, straight up and down. This does that for you, okay? A lot of times we get kind of lost in all of the numbers in the steps, but with the box method, everything is in one place, okay? And again, I think it makes things simple. You may hate it. We usually tend to go with the first way we're taught, okay? But if it helps you, it helps you. All right, so we'll start with dividing. So I'm going to take 4 and divide it into 8, and it goes in 2 times. All right, now I'll multiply. 4 times 2 is 8. Good night, nurse. All right, everybody good? Now I subtract, and I have 0. 0 is smaller than 4. And then my next step would be to bring up. I would take anything that's left over here, and I'm going to bring it up to the next number, okay? In this instance, I have a 0. I'm not going to bring it up to the 6. You guys good? So there's nothing to bring up. I'm done here. Give me a thumbs up if you're with me so far. Can you see how this is similar to what we just did? Just a little bit. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll go now 4 into the next box. So I'm going to divide 4 into 6. It goes in 1 time. I've divided. And I'll follow those same steps. Next is multiply. 4 times 1 is 4. List that right under the 6. Okay, and I'm going to check that off. Next, I subtract. 6 minus 4 is 2. Now, we'll check, is 2 smaller than 4? Okay, now we're going to bring up. So I'm going to take this 2 and I'm going to put it right in front of the 3. In long division, you would have brought the 3 down and added it to the 2, but this way we keep everything in its box. Now you do not have to draw that arrow every single time, but in your notes I'm going to, just to show you as you look back what we're doing. All right, so we brought up, check. Everybody good so far? Give me a thumbs up if you are with me And this is connecting. If not, give me a middle or down.
I understand it. I kind of understand it, but
Okay.
it's still confusing, so I kind of don't understand it.
I like the middle though. We'll take it. All right, and then we're going to go through this one more time because we're in our last number. I'm going to divide 4 into 23. How many times does 4 fit into 23? 5 times. So I'll put my 5 right above that box. And I've divided. Next, I'll multiply. 4 times 5 is 20. Put it right under the 23. Subtract. 23 minus 20 leaves me with 3. Now I check, is 3 smaller than 4?
Yes.
It is. And then my last step is to bring up. So I'm going to take that 3 and I'm going to bring it up right into my answer where I say remainder 3. What do you think?
I like that one.
Raise your hands. Raise your hands. What do you think? Do we love it? Do we hate it?
I understand it, but I feel like I'm gonna forget it. I understand, but like
Hmm.
literally,
Okay.
I feel like I'll forget all the steps.
What do you think, Sloan?
I understand it, but I feel like the other way,
Mhm.
other way is easy.
It's better. Okay.
So you can do this instead of doing the whole problem.
Yeah, it's just 2 different ways to divide. It just depends on which one makes more sense to you. Again, I am not offended either way.
Both of them are confusing.
Cadence?
I like the other one better, but this one is still not.
Yeah. That's why, again, I say, like, if I had taught this to you from the get-go, like the first way, I think that you would like it better. But we're creatures of habit. We like what we learned the first time. Arya?
I love it, and this way is much easier than the other way.
Okay. Thank you. Lily?
The other way was easier because I had first learned how to do it that way, and I practiced a little bit, so I still.
Yeah. And if it made sense at the time and wasn't hard for you, you're definitely going to, go with it. What do you think, Charity?
I think that this method was easier for me, and it really helps.
Okay. Yeah, if you're a kid who struggles with all of those steps, this is going to make more sense to you visually, okay? So I could definitely see that.
I understand it, but I feel like I'll forget all the steps. I understand it, but at the same time. I mean, I understand it, but I feel like it kind of looks confusing, and I'll probably forget all the steps.
Okay. Lachlan?
This one's definitely easier, and I think I was like using this one.
Okay. Cool. James, what do you think?
I think the other one's easier.
You like the other way better?
Yeah.
Titus? What do you think? Okay. No comment it is. Andy?
My sister taught me long division, so I've always used it.
So you're used to it. That's absolutely cool. Okay. All right. So let's talk real quick, though, before we leave this. How do I check this problem with the remainder? So we said, like, if we come over here and check, we're still going to multiply the outside to get the inside, right? So let's go ahead and do that. We have 215. We're going to multiply it by 4. So you guys go ahead and do that and check my math for me.
Wait, what do you do with the remainder? Is that just there?
No, you still have to add it in.
So you add the remainder?
You're just going to add the remainder. Yeah.
250.
So just say plus 3.
So it would actually be 280.
No, babe. You're going to add it. You're outside. You're still multiplying the outside, right? To get the inside. But you're going to leave the remainder until the end and add it. Now, I have 863 here
Oh, you add.
and 863 inside. Yes.
But if you don't have a remainder, do you not add?
Nope. Then you just leave it. I'm just going to put that right here. Add the remainder.
Wait, where do you have it?
Hang on 1 second, and I'll get out of your way.
Can you give me a chance
Absolutely. Checking your answers is the smart thing to do. If you don't, you're lazy. I love you, but you're lazy. Especially when it doesn't take that long. That's a pretty simple one, especially, okay? Don't be that kid losing points because you were too lazy. I have to order some markers. Can't have this.
At some point, will you have to do the other way?
I don't care which way you do it.
But if we have to do work or something on this,
And you will, yeah.
I can do it that way if I want to.
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all should know that by now. I'm not worried about it. Okay. All right, let's do a you do. Can we do a you do real quick? All right, let's just do it. Let's do a quick you do. See how you do. What, literally? All right. Oops. Over here. All right, let me give you one, and you try it and let me know. Do it either way that you want. All right, so let's do 6 and 2, 8, 9, 6. Or you can set it up 8, 9, 6. Okay? Do it either way. If you're watching this at home, just hit pause until you're ready to check your answer. All right, let's check a Rooney. So 6 goes into 8 one time. We're going to multiply. 6 times 1 is 6. Okay. Next, we subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2. Okay, here I will bring down. Here I will bring up. All right, now 6 into 29. How many times? 6 times 5 is 30, so let's go down 1 to 4. Okay, I can't. Door or dork? Okay, I'm just kidding. All right, Andy's like, I hate everything. All right. Okay, let's do that up here. Whoops. 24. All right, we're gonna subtract, and we'll have 5 left over. Okay. Now we'll bring down this one. We'll bring up on this one. Wait a minute. Oh, it's a 5. Jeez, Lou. I'm like 66. And I haven't been checking, you know, so make sure that you're looking at them. At this point, like after so many years, you just kind of glance and you're going to know, but it's good to check them as we go. I need to be saying that. And 6 goes into 56. How many times?
9.
9 is correct. 6 times 9 is 54. Go ahead and shut the door. All right. So, subtract. 2 left over. Okay, and I end up with remainder 2, remainder 2. So looking at them side by side, can you kind of see the similarities in them, in the methods? It's good to understand why you're doing what you're doing either way, even if you don't even like this method. If you can kind of see mathematically what's happening, that is a very good thing. Now, what do you think? And here's another common mistake. The remainder. If it is not up here in the quotient, what do you think is going to happen?
It's gonna be wrong.
It's going to be wrong. It's going to be wrong, and it's very annoying, especially when you're grading 1,000 of these, and I'm having to go back down here and say, oh, they put it in here, but they didn't write it. But that is something, it's very common. So when you're looking at that divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down or bring up, that really needs to be your reminder, or if you're putting the R for remainder, to bring that up into your answer, because there's a difference between 149 and 149 remainder 1. You with me? Okay, so that is important. How'd you do? Thumbs up if you got it right. In the middle if you made a mistake. And thumbs down if you had no idea how to get started.
I forgot how to start, so I just started writing random stuff and I got confused.
Okay. If you made a mistake, have you figured out what you did wrong?
No.
Anybody? Keep your hand up if you want to share your mistake. Hi, Mace.
I put an 8 instead of a 9.
You multiplied here. So what did you put? Did you put 48 instead of 54? Okay, and that's where that check is going to come in. Okay? So thank you for that. That's a great example of why that C for check is so important. Because and you probably didn't say remainder or anything up here. You might catch it then. But that will happen quite a bit. Lachlan?
I multiplied wrong.
Multiplied wrong. Okay. Yeah, Layton?
After I did the rectangle
Uh-huh.
and I put the squares in, and I put 8, after I put 8, 9, 16, I completely forgot what to do.
Okay. You just kind of got lost in the steps.
It's too confusing. I don't remember them all.
Okay. Now, that's also why you have notes. And my other suggestion, if you get lost in those steps, is to have those out. You don't have to write these right here, but check them off. Check them off, like literally. And it's going to take you a little time, and you're going to be slower than everybody else, but who cares? Okay? Again, it's not about being first, it's about being accurate. If you're first and make a C, good for you. Okay? So you just, whatever you need to do, I would say check the steps off, check them off, check them off, check them off. Okay? So that you can keep them straight. Any other thoughts or concerns about this? Okay, yeah.
Do you have, when you know how you brought down the number, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you have to put the 6 divided by 6 next to it, or is it just there to remind you?
I just do that. Like, I didn't even do it here, but like when I'm teaching, I just do it so that you guys can see what you're dividing into. But like, as you can tell, like here I did it, but then I just kind of stopped. Like, but no, you don't have to.
Well, Miss Pam,
Yeah.
my notes don't really help me. I just kind of write down what you're writing, and I don't understand what I'm writing down if I don't know. So when I look at my notes, they don't really help me.
Let's talk about that in a minute, okay? Let's talk about that. Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is we're pretty much out of time right
I
now.
have no chapel today.
No, we do. We were not supposed to have chapel yesterday. Yesterday was supposed to be high school chapel. Today is supposed to be chapel with everybody. We have chapel every day this week because of Veterans Day. Although, hey, thumbs up for Veterans Day program. I thought it was really good. I would have loved to have heard some more like war stories.